Hello and welcome to another episode of the Alex Nitzberg Show. Today I'm going to be discussing some political issues, including we're going to have more Republican presidential primary debates. Looks like DeSantis and Nikki Haley will be in them. Will they be Trumpless again? Will we have no Trump for the next debates? Also, I'm going to be talking about the New Hampshire governor who endorsed Nikki Haley, and also I'm going to be talking about a little bit about a Tesla robot, which is really I'm not going to talk about. I'm going to show you a cool video of it, so it's pretty interesting. So thank you for joining me today. If you enjoy these episodes, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Follow me on YouTube. Also, please don't forget to follow me on X, the platform previously known as Twitter. And also, you know what else? Leave a comment on this video if you're enjoying it, because maybe that'll help help it do better or whatever. But let me flip over here to this. So yeah, CNN is going to be hosting two debates next month, one in Iowa, one in New Hampshire. And the Iowa caucuses and the New Hampshire primary are occurring next month, so they're going to be holding those debates before each of those respective contests. And the first one's going to be Iowa, and it's going to be moderated by Dana Bash and Jake Tapper. And like I said, DeSantis and Nikki Haley have both agreed to do it, but they're pressing for Trump to do it. Trump skipped the first four debates this year. Those debates were the ones that were affiliated with the Republican National Committee. The next debates are not going to be affiliated with the Republican National Committee anymore. But Trump skipped them. It obviously didn't hurt him. He's crushing everybody in the polls. I'm going to show you the polls a little bit here on Real Clear Politics. But so will he do these debates? I kind of think he probably will not. But let me just show you here. This here. Okay, so it says CNN to host Republican presidential primary debates in Iowa, New Hampshire. So anyway, I guess I won't show you too much here. But basically, it says to qualify for participation in the Iowa debate, the candidates must receive at least 10% in three separate national and/or Iowa polls or Republican caucus goers or primary voters that meet CNN standards for reporting. One of the three polls must be an approved CNN poll of likely Iowa Republican caucus goers. And like I said, Dana Bash and Jake Tapper are moderating that Iowa thing. I'm not sure if they're moderating both of them or just the Iowa one. It says here. It talks about this Iowa one in Des Moines, and then it says CNN anchors Jake Tapper and Dana Bash will serve as moderators. So anyway, I don't need to show you that. Okay, so here's this Nikki Haley press release where she has this statement that says the first four debates have been great for our campaign and for voters, and we look forward to the fifth debate in Iowa. And then it says as the debate stage continues to shrink, it's getting harder for Donald Trump to hide. And then over here, you can see she tweeted that the fifth debate is in Des Moines 5 days before the Iowa caucuses. Donald Trump should show up. So she's pressing for him to show up. Now, of course, she wants him to show up. And of course, DeSantis over here wants him to show up. He said down here, now that Nikki Haley has been shamed into coming to the CNN debate, it's time for Donald Trump to follow suit and join us. Because they're way behind, and it would, probably benefit them to have the front runner there for them to attack and to debate. But, it's kind of like politically, why would Trump do that when he can just not do that and crush them? So now, like I said, New Hampshire Governor Sununu has endorsed Nikki Haley for president. Just to remind you, Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds already endorsed DeSantis earlier this year. But now Sununu has come out and endorsed Nikki Haley. Interestingly, if you look at this, he says we must support the best conservative candidate in this race who can win in November 2024 to deliver results in 2025. I would say we must support the best conservative candidate in this race. You should put a period there and stop talking. It's because, this whole thing about, and I understand what he's saying. Everybody always talks about electability. And so I guess he's saying that he thinks that Haley is the most electable. But I think the goal should be to support the best conservative candidate in the race, period. But anyway, that's what's going on there. Just to bring this up, I saw Steve Deese post a screenshot of this earlier this week, and I found this is actually on, what is this, ht.usembassy.gov. But yeah, so it is, I think it's actually located in other places too. Let me see here, Nikki Haley. I don't think that wasn't the only place it was. I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not seeing it here. Hold on a second. Nikki Haley. See if I can't get it. Well, I won't find it here. All right, whatever. Anyway, I'll just go with the one I have here. So in this statement, you can see this is from, uh, let's see, it's from 2018, press release 2018, it looks like. And it says, this June, we join our friends in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and intersex LGBTI community around the world who are celebrating Pride Month. At the UN, we see the importance of defending the freedoms of LGBTI persons from governments that violate their own people's rights, human rights. The United States embraces personal freedom, rejects discrimination, and supports the global LGBTI community in standing up for their human rights. So, okay, you don't want a politician who is celebrating the LGBT agenda. So this is not good. It makes Haley look bad, but it actually kind of makes Trump look bad too, because obviously when she was serving as U.S. ambassador to the UN, she was serving under Trump. So that's just not a good look for either of them. I'm not like saying that Haley is like in the tank for the LGBT agenda or anything like that. I mean, when you listen to what she says and stuff, it's not like she's like, a Democrat on the issue, in the sense that she doesn't sound like she's like just totally promoting it. But for instance, if I was serving the government, gosh, if I was U.S. ambassador to the UN, I would just be like, we need to get the heck out of the UN and just drop that thing. But just saying, if I was, and I was presented, I don't know, in the chain, if she was signing off on this, but if somebody presented this to me, I would be like, I'm absolutely not signing off on a statement where it uses the word, join our friends in the LGBT community around the world who are celebrating. No. I am not celebrating. I'm not joining in on a celebration of debauchery, of a sinful act. I'm not joining in on that. So it's just not a good look, I don't think, for that she put that out. And like I said, she was, serving during Trump's tenure in the White House, so it's not a great look for him either. Obviously, it's not like I don't think Trump was like presented with this and like, oh yeah, we're gonna. I don't even know if Nikki Haley was presented with it to sign off on it, but I'm assuming that she would probably have to if it's a statement from her. I don't know, but it's just not a great look. Okay. Also, so the 2024 primary elections calendar. Like I said, Iowa's going to be coming up next month, and New Hampshire's coming up. The Iowa Republican Caucus is on the 15th of January. The New Hampshire primary is going to be on the 23rd. Also, interestingly, I believe that Biden is not actually going to be on the ballot for the Democrat presidential primary in New Hampshire. I think people that want to vote for Biden in New Hampshire are going to have to write him in. Not that that impacts, us as Republicans or conservatives, but, just FYI. I'm in Florida, so I won't get to vote for that till that one. But if you're in Iowa or New Hampshire, you will get to. And I gotta refresh this page. This is the Real Clear Politics page with the polls and stuff. And like I've been saying, Trump is, according to the polls anyway, crushing everybody. Now, you can let me know, some people kind of cast doubt on whether they believe the polls. But as far as the polls and what the polls say, they say that Trump's going to annihilate every other Republican candidate. For instance, here is an Iowa Republican Presidential Caucus poll right here. And if you look at this, Trump plus 37. I mean, ouch. If you're anybody else, ouch. It says DeSantis 17, Haley 15, Trump 54. So, and then what else do we have here? Here's a Michigan Republican presidential primary, Trump plus 50. New Hampshire Republican presidential primary. This is Trafalgar Group, Trump plus 27. So, and you can just go down the list here. Trump is just destroying everybody. So that's where things stand. All right, so off of the presidential election news, this is Representative Bob Good of Virginia. He is going to be the next House Freedom Caucus chair. I believe he's actually going to be taking that duty on in the future. I believe it's like maybe next year. So currently Scott Perry is the chair of that. But interestingly, a couple of things here. First of all, he endorsed DeSantis for president before DeSantis had actually announced his presidential bid earlier this year. You can see here in this thing here, it says, it says, I am unequivocally endorsing and encouraging Governor DeSantis to run for president. So he was endorsing him. A few people did that before he actually had made the announcement. Some people came out and endorsed him. But interestingly also, Bob Good, who entered office in 2021, was endorsed by Trump in 2020 during, when he got elected to Congress. Trump endorsed him. And you can see here, he says, Bob has my complete and total endorsement. So Trump endorsed him in 2020. He obviously got elected, and now he's been serving in office. So I guess he was elected again in 2022. And obviously, because he's in office. And but he's come out and he is endorsing DeSantis. Now, if you look at this, hold on, back at that. Here's a Politico article. And you can see that he was quoted saying, I challenge you or anyone else to find my criticism of Donald Trump, he said in a brief interview. And this was published, November 3rd, it looks like. But check this out. So there's this video of him talking about Trump, and here's what he had to say. Now, before I play that, it is edited. You can see that it's been edited. But you can listen to what he says in the parts you can hear and stuff.
He might be the only person that can lose to Joe Biden if he's the nominee. And I don't criticize him. You're asking me privately. I don't say this publicly. He is, in my view, more of a true conservative. And I could give you example after example. Trump blamed pro-lifers for the election loss back in November. Ron DeSantis passes the heartbeat bill in Florida, and Trump is saying we're going to need to back off on abortion. Trump did red flag laws when he was president, and Ron DeSantis has done concealed carry in Florida. I decided to endorse DeSantis in May because I thought, you know what, I can't sit by and watch and then regret that we nominated Trump, and we may well do it. And then as the lawsuit, the prosecutions and the courts, I'm fearful as he carries that baggage, because there's going to be some parts of our party who vote for Trump. But as the convictions, as the charges mount, I'm fearful on ability to win, and I want 8 years. If he's
I'm just going to go back here a little bit to this part.
Whoops.
Oh, there we go.
He might be the only person that can lose to Joe Biden. If he's... You're asking me privately. I don't say this publicly. He might be the only person.
So, anyway, so he's saying this stuff, but it kind of sounded like he wasn't... he sounds like he's saying he doesn't talk like this in public. But now he does, because somebody put this video out. So, but I just thought it was kind of funny. Like, it sounds like he's saying, it says, I challenge you or anyone to find my criticism of Donald Trump. And it looks like there's some criticism. So now, you can let me know in the comments, do you think that's valid criticism? I think he's got some valid criticisms or valid points there. I'm not sure, though, where he said Trump did red flag laws. I think maybe Trump expressed support. You guys can fact check me on this, look it up. I think he might have expressed support for red flag laws. I'm not even sure if he actually signed any, but anyway, let me know what you think about all that. And then Tucker Carlson, he has announced. Well, before I even get to what he announced, I'll tell you he announced this Tucker Carlson network. But just FYI, if you're not aware, which how could you not be at this point? He used to have that 8 p.m. Primetime show on Fox News, and then suddenly he didn't anymore, and he was out, just boom, all of a sudden. And and then he started doing the shows on X or Twitter, and then it was renamed X. And so he's been doing those. He's been putting shows out on there. But now he's announced this Tucker Carlson Network, which is a subscription streaming service where you can basically pay either upfront $6 a month, but you have to pay it all at once, like $72 a year for an annual subscription, or you can basically pay a $9 per month fee to belong to his subscription streaming service. And here you can see it says join Team Tucker, and he's got content on his. He's gonna keep putting stuff out for free, I think. But then I'm assuming some of it won't be. So I guess if you want to watch everything, you gotta sign up for his thing. But I think he's still gonna be putting some stuff out for free. Here's a clip of him talking to Megyn Kelly about it.
And so it's a subscription model, just like any other streaming service or one of these companies with at the end. And the point is really simple. It's twofold. One, you want to bring a lot of material. I hate the word content. I'm trying to think of an option. A lot of material, a lot of news, a lot of facts, a lot of thoughtful opinions to people. You want a library, okay? We had a huge library where we worked before. We lost the whole thing. So we want to rebuild that. And second, you need some scale. I'm not a money person, as you said correctly. I probably should be a little more, but we live pretty simply, actually. So we don't. But anyway, you need to have a lot of people work for you if you want to gather the information. There are just too many things going on, and so in order to have, a staff capable of bringing a lot of information about what's happening right now, particularly in the next 12 months, which will reshape the world, in my view. You need to pay them, and you need to have a real company. And the downside is, of course, once you have a real company, then the stakes rise. If you're a lone person, what?
All right, so you can check that out if you're interested in that. But he has announced that. So now we've kind of come full circle on the whole Fox News debacle, because first he was out and he wasn't doing anything for a while, and then he started doing the stuff on X, and now he has launched a full-fledged company. So There's that. And then for the final thing here, I told you I'm going to show you this this video of this Tesla robot, the Tesla Optimus bot or Tesla bot. Pretty interesting, the things it can do. I'll show you in this video. You can see it squatting. You can see it has like fingers that can move. It can even pick up an egg and set it down without breaking it. Let me show you that. So yeah, also apparently it can dance. So so that's pretty cool. I mean, actually it didn't just pick up the egg. It picks up the egg and transfers it to its other fingers and then lays it down. So very cool. Maybe at some point we can all have one in our home, making our dinner or something like that. Who knows? But very interesting. All right, so that is it for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the show, and also follow me over on X, the platform previously known as Twitter, and on here if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.